see that they look like this. And you will find as we go through these that these are very simple to use. I think you will come out of these first few problems very confident. The key thing to notice on these formulas, bottom left hand corner of the Courtney Pierce, is in the cosine formula, there is something that looks like a minus plus. That is upside down for a reason. Okay. And we will discuss it when we get to it. But it is written upside down for a reason. Everything else is plus minus in both formulas, on both sides of the equal sign, but that minus plus is written that way for a reason. So let's just jump in and do a problem. Cosine of 285 degrees. We are not typing that into our calculator. A decimal answer is dead wrong. But we want to find the cosine of 285 degrees. Is it on your unit circle? No. Here's how you do it. The first thing you have to do is you have to look at your unit circle and come up with two angles that are on the unit circle that either add or subtract to 285. And there's several options. Several different ways that you can add or subtract two angles to get to 285 degrees. Here's one. 60 plus 225 adds up to 285 degrees. You do not have to pick a certain one. No matter what combination you pick, you will end up at a correct answer if you do the problem correctly. Here are a few more options. 240 plus 45 adds up to 285. 135 plus 150. 330 minus 45. 315 minus 30. All of those could be used. I'm going to use the first one, the one that's highlighted in orange, just because it's on top. Okay? The cosine 60 plus 225 corresponds in our formula to cosine A plus or minus B. So A is what? What's A? 60. And B is 225. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the other side of the formula. A is 60, B is 225. So on the other side of the formula, over there where I have my minus plus, I write cosine 60 cosine 225, and here's where the minus plus comes in. The minus plus means whatever sign you have on the left, you put the opposite sign on the right. So I have 60 plus 225. Over on the right, I'm going to put minus. In the sign formula where it doesn't have minus plus, you put the same sign. Because it's minus plus, though, you put the opposite sign. And then I have sine A, which is sine 60, and sine B, which is sine 225. Just writing A's and B's. Now I go to my unit circle, and I find the values for all of those sines and cosines using my cheesy smile concept. Cosine of 60 is 1/2. Cosine of 225, negative root 2 over 2, minus sine of 60, root 3 over 2, sine of 225, negative root 2 over 2. At this point, you need to know how to multiply fractions.
Can you do it on a calculator?
No, you may not. So let's remember how to multiply fractions. How do you multiply two fractions together? Straight across. So in my green example, 3 times 2 would be 6 on top. 7 times 5 would be 35 on bottom. So here at the bottom, I'm going to multiply those two fractions together. On the left side, that's negative root 2 over 4 minus, on the right side, negative root 6 over 4. Root 3 times root 2 is root 6. Little chop action. And we're going to put it over 1, 4. We don't need 2 4s. We just put it over 1, 4. Our final, be like the cool kids answer, negative root 2 plus root 6 all over 4. Sine of negative 15, we need to find two angles that add or subtract to negative 15 degrees. Can you think of one? 30 minus 45, 45 minus 60. There's a whole bunch of examples. I'm going to use 120 minus 135 because I just want to be different. Now this is the sine formula, and it's totally different than the cosine formula. So the sine formula is sine A cosine B, and then it's plus minus. So you do the exact opposite, the exact same sign that you do up here. So whatever sign I used here, I'm going to use the same sign here. Last problem with cosine, I did opposite. But with sine, I do the same because there's no minus plus on the sign. It's plus minus. Minus cosine 120, sine 135. See if you can finish that problem. My values are root 3 over 2, negative root 2 over 2, negative 1/2, root 2 over 2. Unit circle magic. Negative root 6 over 4 minus negative root 2 over 4. Little chop. Final answer, negative root 6 plus root 2 over 4.